FinTech has grown and evolved significantly over the last 10 years. Along with this phenomenal growth, financial services regulations have also changed immensely to keep pace with innovative trends. But whether you're a new FinTech startup or an existing FinTech player, you need to navigate through a vast ocean of complex regulations. You need to understand the impact of these regulations on your business, and you will need to put in place a governance, risk, and compliance framework as a matter of regulatory expectations. If you're a startup, you need sound regulatory advice. For instance, whether your business involves a regulated activity, which regulatory bucket does your product fit into, and are there regulatory exemptions applicable?
When seeking any sort of consultation, one word that springs to mind is credibility. This is definitely something that Ethikom has with a plethora of relevant experience. Google plus Wikipedia does not equal real-world experience. And when you look at the caliber of the team, you have guys who have been public prosecutors, regulators, heads of compliance for Tier 1 banks, trading firms. Finding anything remotely comparable is definitely a challenge.
Now let's look at cross-border issues. FinTech is necessarily cross-border in nature. This means that you may be subject to different cross-border regulations. So how do you understand the impact of these overlapping regulations on your business? Your key challenge as a FinTech firm is this: how do you create a governance, compliance, and risk framework that is sufficiently robust to meet regulatory expectations, yet is realistic to the scale and resources available to you?
In the ever-changing world of regulatory compliance, we at Ethikom Consultancy provide a risk-based approach in order to achieve the objectives of our clients in a practical and suitable manner.
As a FinTech firm, getting sound regulatory advice is therefore a critical success factor and a competitive advantage. We have advised FinTech firms in many ways. For instance, we have advised on the impact of regional regulatory compliance issues. We have assisted pioneering businesses in obtaining regulatory sandbox approvals. We find it intellectually fulfilling and also find delight in trailblazing regulatory solutions for our clients. We like working with innovative businesses. We are also active in innovative areas such as blockchain and digital assets, non-fungible tokens, decentralized finance, and Web3.
The evolution of the blockchain space has been nothing short of dynamic. We have gone from vanilla cryptocurrencies to ICOs to IEOs to most recently NFTs and the metaverse, all within the past 7 years. The Ethikom team has not only been involved in the space during this time, but are also at the forefront of the what's next, with the connections and credibility that they have in the market.
We have worked with a wide range of FinTech firms such as payments firms, digital assets markets, clearing platforms and dealers, Web3 platforms, token staking platforms, crypto custodians, crypto funds, NFT marketplaces, robo-advisors and wealth management platforms, insurtech platforms, broker-dealers, and many others. We have conducted internal audit and independent review for FinTech firms. We provide training for FinTech firms and regulators. Ethikom has worked with more than 300 FinTech firms in Asia and from all around the world, whether these are startups or unicorns. Ethikom actively engaged regulators to suggest suitable regulatory approaches for innovative propositions. We have conducted capacity building programs for regulators.
Engaging with regulators is a very important thing for crypto service players like Matrixport. As the CCO, I leverage on experts to give me assurance and to help me to engage with the MAS to understand what they are thinking and to preempt what are some of the things that will be happening in the industry. in Ethikom, we have a good set of advisors with extensive experience since the start of the crypto development here in Singapore. And it is hence very critical to actually be partnering with a set of advisors who can actually help us to anticipate and to preempt and to manage the changing regulatory environment here in Singapore.
We believe in community and thought leadership. We like sharing our views on regulatory developments and highlighting the impact on these for the industry.
Community engagement is a very important part of the industry we operate in, namely the financial services, fintech and blockchain, in particular digital assets like cryptocurrency. The right information and advisory given to the community of companies has always helped them to understand regulations as well as legal aspects of the industry that they operate in. This is where Ethikom Consultancy make a bit of difference above the cut over the rest because of the engagement with the regulators as part of the Blockchain Association of Singapore, the Regulatory and Compliance Subcommittee, getting direct information, getting a very close engagement with regulators with updated and accurate information has been a boon given to the committee and for them to actually operate more effectively in the space in Singapore. Thank you.
In an evolving cryptocurrency space, whereby new regulations are constantly being introduced, it becomes even more critical and important to have capable and experienced thought leaders in this space to be able to help with the consistent and clear interpretation of those regulations. Working with Nizam Ismail of Ethikom Consultancy, we've been very blessed and fortunate to have someone with his great experience to be able to work together with industry to come up with a very clear and consistent interpretation of the laws here in Singapore.
Ethikom has the breadth and depth of regulatory compliance expertise to help your fintech business. Do reach out to us in person to find out how we can assist you to grow and to do the right thing.